It is a remote land of raw beauty and hidden dangers. A place lost in time. Ethiopia's Omo Valley, the last African frontier, where even today tribes carry on ancient rituals, some shrouded in secrecy because of superstitions that threaten the lives of even their beloved children. But this is also a place of virtue and redemption, where an unlikely friendship would change the course of history. Our story begins 5,000 miles away in Southern California, home to a man named John Rowe.
That's the one.
Rowe might easily have been content living a country club life with his family in the affluent San Diego suburbs. A retired executive, he developed video games for PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. But his lifelong passion for photography drew him to Ethiopia's Omo Valley.
It was so extraordinary, such a remarkable experience.
Because the pictures were so good?
Yes, the photography was wonderful, but there was something special about that place. I found people who were struggling to survive, but had an incredible spirit about them.
And no one embodied that spirit more than his guide, Lale Labuko. Educated at a Christian boarding school, this English-speaking 23-year-old had an uncommon presence. What was your impression of him?
What incredible wisdom he had for someone who came from that place.
A place with no formal schooling, let alone clean water, medical care, or electricity.
And yet, out of that was this wise old soul who I connected to, and over the years came to trust and love like a son.
Rowe made more trips to the Omo Valley over the next several years and got to know Lale and his people.
I thought I was quite smart and knew a lot about what was going on there. Turns out I didn't know it all. I had no idea.
No idea because Lale was withholding a dark secret about his tribe, one that, if revealed, could cost him his life. It took Lale more than 5 years to confide that secret to Rowe. The secret, Lale's tribe, the Kara, believed some children were cursed. As strange as it might sound, children were thought to be cursed if their top teeth appeared before their bottom teeth, or if a top tooth was chipped, when children were born out of wedlock, or their parents missed a blessing by elders, they too were cursed. The curse was called Mingi, and the children were killed.
The word Mingi was never uttered. It was taboo. You certainly didn't discuss that with somebody outside the tribe. They don't ever utter that word.
And Lale told us what he told Rowe about the day he first learned exactly what Mingi meant, a day etched in his memory.
What changed my life is when I was 15 years old, I was walking in the village, and I saw the elders run, and they grabbed 2-year-old child from the mother. And I was just watching and looking, and the mother was crying and the child was crying.
Lale ran to his own mother and pressed her to explain what had happened, and she reluctantly told him about the Mingi curse.
She warned me not to tell for other people. If you tell other people, our family will be in risk, so please keep us a secret.
Lale learned that the child taken from its mother, a girl, was drowned in the river.
And I was really crying, and my mother said, well, son, don't cry. One day you will kill your child, and your friend is going to kill their child.
For those parents like this father who had little choice but to sacrifice their children, the grief stays with them. Lale Biwa and his wife-to-be had a child out of wedlock.
From her is one child was killed.
After she gave birth, the young woman's friends took the child into the bush to carry out the ritual.
On the mouth of the baby, they put soil completely. And no breathing, nothing. It's a boy.
His brother's wife was pregnant at the same time. The babies were born 2 days apart.
And today, my brother's son is a big boy. So I missed my son. Nabucco, he knows.
Now, years later, he and his wife are unable to conceive a child, the suffering of just one couple. And no one knows how many thousands of children have been killed because of Mingi over the centuries.
We said, we can't continue like this, but one day will come change.
Few would have guessed that that change might be sparked by Lale Labuko, who at just 15 years old had a revelation.
I'm here for some reason. This is bad. This is unacceptable. But these people are not bad. I said, okay, one day I'm going to fix this problem.
It was a dangerous and perhaps naive notion for someone so young to think he could save the tribe's children from an ancient ritual, one that no one before him had ever dared to challenge.
And I said, I will use my education and give awareness for these people.
True to his vow, after graduating from boarding school, Lale came home with a plan to rescue Mingi children. As John Rowe heard all these troubling details of Lale's story, he could not have imagined how much his own life would change from that moment on.
When I heard Lale's story, when I heard about Mingi, when I heard that these babies were being killed like this, I said, okay, that's it. We're going to draw a line in the sand right here. These kids are going to be okay. We're going to protect them.
At that moment, Rowe decided he would do anything he could to help. By then, Lale had met secretly with younger members of the tribe.
And I said, listen, this is our time and this is our moment. You know that your child is going to be killed soon. So we have to protect for every family. So please help me.
He assembled a small team to help him. Rowe was with him in the Omo Valley when Lale got an urgent phone call. A baby girl born out of wedlock was declared Mingi and had been left to die in the bush.
Lale needed to get a vehicle down there as quickly as possible to rescue this baby before the elders decided to take action and kill the child.
Time was running out. She was an 8-hour drive away. They sped over unforgiving dirt roads and into the night. Once they arrived, an eerie silence filled the air. Nervous villagers greeted them. And there, holding the listless baby, was the young tribesman who found the girl lying quiet and still in the bush, covered in dirt and blood. Her umbilical cord was still attached. They cleaned the baby and wrapped her in a warm blanket. From a bottle of baby formula, the newborn eagerly took her first sips of life. But the danger had not passed. The risk of defying the elders loomed large. They left quickly. The next day, the girl, later named Jessica, was happily greeted at a rented safe house where Lale had been bringing rescued children for months.
Everybody was just so excited that the baby was safe. It was a wonderful moment, and it showed the reality of how precious that life was and how easily it could have been lost.
As Rowe witnessed Lale's unwavering determination, he began to understand that Lale's passion to save these children was driven by more than just his sense of right and wrong. It was deeply personal, because the same day Lale's mother told him about Mingi, she also shared another secret.
And he learned also that he had 2 older sisters who had been declared Mingi and were killed.
Today, Lale feels the loss of his sisters with each child he rescues.
After I save these kids, I see my sister in their eyes. They are living in them right now. No, they didn't die. They're living back again. Yeah.
You miss them even though you never met them.
Yeah, I miss them a lot.
So you felt something had been taken from you.
Yes. Yes.
As the child rescues continued, some tribal elders approved, others grew angry.
After I saved 6 children, they say, Lale, this is enough. You are stealing our children. We're going to kill you if you do that next time. And I stand and I said, but I'm happy to die for these kids. I respect you. I'm your child. If you want to murder me or kill me, you can do whatever you want. It's easy to kill, but it's hard to die. That's what I told them. The children, those are born, they didn't do anything wrong. They don't know anything. Think about that.
But the breaking point for Lale, the day his strategy changed, was the day he received this photo.
She was skeletal.
She's a skeleton.
The infant's clan had fed her only water for the first 2 weeks of her life, fearing the Mingi curse, but reluctant to immediately kill her.
Everyone crying.
Including you.
Including me.
He asked his team to try to save the baby girl. Haunted by the photo, Lale decided rescuing children was no longer enough. He needed to pressure tribal elders to end the practice once and for all.
I said I have to stop this quickly.
Lale organized his team and conducted an informal poll to persuade each and every elder who believed Mingi was necessary.
So he set about encouraging, prodding, negotiating, politicking.
A final vote was scheduled.
You went in and you made your presentation before the elders. And you spoke for the generations of children unborn.
I told them this day is historical day. It's a different day.
And then their decision. After centuries of sacrificing children to ward off death, disease, and drought, Kara tribal elders officially ended Mingi killings.
It was a good day.
It's a really good day.
And right after that decision, in the midst of a severe summer drought, something almost mythical happened. Straight out of a Hollywood movie.
I see the rain is coming from the riverside, and then I turn my face, I see the dust, tornadoes, big dust. We never see something like that. And it's coming from the mountainside. In a second, everything changed. It's like, this is amazing.
And it rained for an hour.
The rain is a good sign.
The rain is a blessing in my culture. It's a lot of food when it's raining. It's a lot of milk when it's raining. So rain is God.
Then another sign from above, a rainbow. Tribal elders were pleased.
They say we did the right decision.
It began a new tradition of lively celebrations. As triumphant as Lale's and John's moment was, they knew there was one last tribe practicing Mingi, the Hammer tribe, 57,000 people strong.
If we can stop that, be a heck of an accomplishment.
Lale is already plotting strategy and meeting with Hammer tribal kings. These are the faces that keep him going. So far, Lale and his team are caring for 37 rescued children, whose care depends on money Ro donates and struggles to raise. Remember the rescued baby named Jessica? Here is Jessica now. And that skeletal baby who nearly died? Today, they call her Tensai, or Resurrection. 37 children being raised here together to keep them safe from any lingering superstition. They call Lale Lebuko Dad, and here they are nurtured, loved, and raised to be part of Ethiopia's future.
Educating these kids means we can solve the next generation's problem. It's not just today. It's a very long-term plan.
But as I sit across you, I think about you as an old man with a lot of children who are now adults, bringing their children to see you. That day is coming. You know it's coming.
That's why I always tell my friends I will die happy. I'm really proud when I see them, even now. I want to see more when they are older, and I can't wait for that day.